Firearms, weapon or just another tool? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Quinton's and the Gun Guys. So today we're going to discuss seeing a firearm as a tool instead of as a weapon. So to distinguish between those two things, we're going to have a discussion today about why I think this should be seen as a tool only. So to get this out of the way, firearm is clear and safe. So let's carry on. A paradigm shift is needed to see your firearm as a tool only and not just as a weapon. So we're gonna discuss about what the dangers are of seeing your firearm as a weapon and why it makes you too dependent on that specific firearm. Classifying your EDC or your everyday carry, whether it is a firearm or whether it is a knife, gives you a certain degree of tunnel vision and dependency on that specific weapon. So what a lot of I've got quite a few friends and colleagues that I worked with, they say, well, because I carry this firearm, I don't need any other skills. I think that's a very narrow-minded and a dangerous mindset to have, because you need mental flexibility to see everything as a weapon. I do follow Ronin Tactics on YouTube. I'm a big fan of Tulan. Absolutely brilliant guy. He's all about, if you walk into a room, you need to identify all the weapons in the area. You're not always allowed to carry your firearm with you, whether it's in your own country, whether you're going to some place which is very firearm restrictive, or whether it is in abroad travels. You're not allowed to take your self-defense weapon to most of the countries. That means that you're not allowed to take your safety net with you. So if you depended on this your whole life, then you're very restrictive with your skill set. So being able to identify all the weapons in the room just makes everything just a bit safer and keeps your options open. I implore you to read 100 Deadly Skills from Clint Emerson. Absolutely brilliant book. I'll put the link down in the description where you can find it in South Africa. He's all about improvised weapons and finding something to save your life with whilst you are abroad. He was a bit of a spook whilst abroad, so he knows all about doing dangerous things with all kinds of improvised weapons. That's going to set you up for a change of mind to why you can't just depend on one weapon system as your go-to. So if this isn't a weapon and this isn't a weapon, what is? Well, I think your mind is the most dangerous weapon in your arsenal, because the mind is very flexible. So that just means that everything else is just tools for the mind to use. So everything trickling down from your body is just a tool as well that your mind uses to accomplish daily tasks. And by extension of that, everything your body uses is going to be just another tool added onto that. So this is just a tool for a specific purpose. Realizing this just broadens your horizon a bit. It eliminates that tunnel vision, and it makes it you want to learn more and maybe learn some MTN Skills, which I think is super important, and maybe do some other martial arts, maybe Filipino martial arts, a bit of knives, bit of stick work. Something that just opens up the mind a bit. So whatever you pick up, you can turn that into a weapon. A great example of that is John Wick. John Wick doesn't always have a firearm at his disposal, so he just grabs up anything like the pencil attack. I think that's absolutely brilliant. So I do Krav Maga under Elite Defense Academy, specifically in Heidelberg under the tutelage of Schaltes Kuman. He's my instructor. He's head of Elite Defense Academy Weapons Division. So what he did is, as you progress through the belt, when we hit brown belt, he introduced us to stick fighting. So mainly based on the Filipino martial arts like Eskrima. And after doing that, he actually got quite a bit of kickback from a lot of the students and other instructors, because they said, well, I've got a firearm, I don't need to learn to fight with a stick. That's that tunnel vision just setting in. So don't just think about a stick, think about everything else. It could be an expandable baton, it could be a machete, it could be a long kitchen knife. So looking just at one kind of weapon system and going, I don't want to learn that. That's a dangerous tunnel vision. In South Africa, a lot of the attackers utilize this Ukapi knife. So how fast is your draw on your firearm? Do you have a 1 second draw? Well, great. Your attacker does as well. So do you know that before you can clear your garment and before you can get your firearm out and get shots on target, probably within a 5-meter distance, your attacker will be on you and he stabbed you multiple times before you could even get a shot off. Now that's a scary thought. And that's just if you have MTN Skills or just a bit of a better situational awareness, that's going to save your life, not just your firearm. Don't just depend on your firearm and say, well, I just have that, I don't need anything else. MTN Skills, it really comes into play when doing force on force training. So do that force on force training. I know some guys do that in their shooting courses as well. That's quite a rude awakening when you think that you can hide behind your firearm when there's really someone that wants to take it away by force. So good luck. Also, having a mindset of this just being a weapon means that a weapon can only be used in one way. So this is made to go bang bang bang, and that's the way it works. Well, what if your rounds run out? What if you've got a serious failure and you can't get it online again, you can't get it going? Well, then you've got a big paperweight. Or do you? You think you can fight with this? You think you can go hand to hand with this in your hand? Well, I think if you hit someone with this, it's not going to be a fun day. So that's utilizing this as a tool, as just a tool, and not just as a weapon, specifically used just for one purpose and one way. As John Lavelle from Warrior Poet Society says, that a good, dangerous man knows 1,000 ways to kill you. So that sounds horrible. That's just the way that sheepdogs think. To be able to protect the flock from the wolves. You're not just going to protect yourself or your loved ones, or maybe someone random on the street. You might just save quite a few lives. I really hope you enjoyed my video of the weapon versus tool mindset, and I really hope that this maybe broadened your mind a bit if you only depend on one weapon to save your life and not just seeing it as a tool. If you have a bit of a martial arts background, then I'm sure you agree with me anyway. That just opens up your mind a bit into seeing your body as a tool to be used and sometimes abused as well. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Have a good one.